Hey gang, I'm going to give you a little bit of a quiz today. It's called a concept check, and it's just going to go over the last few things that we've been covering in the last week and a half. It's going to go back to areas of circles, areas of sectors, and then areas of regular polygons. So what I have made is I made a review for your concept check, which you're going to take after this, and this is very similar to the types of questions you're going to see on that concept check. So I'm going to show one of each of these problems, and then hopefully you guys will be able to replicate that when you do the concept check. But the first question here asks about area of a circle. Use your pi button on your calculator and round your answer. So the first thing you got to remember is the area of a circle is pi r squared. R being the radius. Well, the radius they give me here at 8. So all I got to do is just plug it in. Pi 8 squared. And at this point right here, I would probably just go right to my calculator. And I could just type that in. So pi times 8 squared. So remember, to get to the pi button, you have to hit the second button right up here. Second, pi is right there. And then I'm going to do times 8 squared. And so I end up with that 201.06. So if they want me to round to the 10th, I have that 10th is right there at 0, but the 6 is behind it, so it goes up to 1. So that would be 201.1, which is option B. So that's the area of a circle. Down here, you're asked to find the area of a sector. So now, for both of these, I'm going to use the same formula. Area is equal to the angle measure over 360 times pi r squared. So the sector is kind of highlighted here in darkened ink. You can kind of see that. And so to be able to find that, I have a copy of this in the folder so you guys can do it on your own. But again, all I got to do is just take the angle measurement here, which is 45, put it over 360, then multiply by the radius squared, which is 12. So let's do it for number 2. Area is equal to 45 is the angle, add a 360 times pi, my radius is 12, and I got to square that. So I'd probably go right to the calculator at this point. And the way I would handle that on my calculators, I'd probably do the 45 out of 360 first. That's 45 out of 360 in decimal form. It's 0.125. So then I'm just going to hit multiply. And then I'm going to multiply by pi times 12 squared. So I end up with that 56.5. So if I rounded the 10th, again, I see there's a 5 there, but there's a 4 behind it. Don't go to the 8, just go to the 4. And so I just stay at 5. So it'd be 56.5. Which is option C. Then over here, the sector is this large sector. It's almost the whole circle. So now the angle's a big angle. It says 315. So that's what goes over 360 on this one. So 315 over 360 times pi times my radius, which is this 11, and I got to square that. So again, I go right to the calculator at this point. I would put 315 over 360. That's the fraction in decimal form, and now I need to multiply that times pi 11 squared. So times pi 11 squared. And so I end up with 332.6. There's a 1 behind, so it just stays 6. So 332.6, which is option D. All right, down here, so that's areas of circles, areas of sectors, and then on your concept check, you're also going to have regular polygons. So regular polygons have the same formula. Area is equal to 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. So remember, the apothem starts at the center and goes perpendicular to a side. So this is my apothem for number 4. P is the perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around the shape. So here I have an equilateral triangle, so all these are 15.6. So now if I use the formula here, 1/2 AP, I got my apothem at 4.5. My perimeter, I could add up all the 15.6s real quickly by just doing 15.6 times 3 sides. Again, at this point, I'd probably go straight to my calculator. And I could just do the 1/2 as 0.5. So 0.5 times my 4.5, and then times, maybe put it in parentheses, 15.6 times 3. Press enter, and end up with 105.3, which is option B. So 1/2 AP works on any regular polygon. So this regular polygon had 3 sides. This regular polygon's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. This is an octagon. So each side is 12.2. So I'm still going to use 1/2 AP. The apothem in this instance is the 14.8. So that's your apothem. 14.8. Perimeter is 8 sides of 12.2. So I'll do 12.2 times 8 sides. So again, go to your calculator. And I'm going to do 0.5 times 14.8 times 12.2 times 8. And that gives me 722.24, which would just round to 0.2. So that is option C. So again, on your concept check, which you're about to take, again, you're going to have one of each type of these problems. You can use this as a guide. Again, I have a blank version of this if you want to look at that as well. All right, well, good luck. We'll see how you do.